Could one technical twist turn the entire F1 season on its head? Ferrari thinks so, and the paddock is buzzing. In Barcelona, a new FIA technical directive TD018 slashes the allowable flex in front wings from 15mm to 10mm, forcing every team to unveil a stiffer nose. Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur has been calling it a game changer, and even Mercedes' Toto Wolff hinted that Ferrari could benefit most from this change. But what does that mean for Mercedes, for Red Bull, for the runaway leaders McLaren? Stick around as we peel back the layers of this bombshell rule change. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more insider drama, and comment with your predictions. Until recently, the FIA had focused its flexi wing clampdowns on rear wings and odd tricks like mini DRS. Now TD0180 zeroes in on the front wing, the car's aerodynamic beating heart. From Spain onwards, new static load tests will apply heavy forces to each end of the wing, and the tolerated bend is dramatically reduced. In concrete terms, the maximum deflection under load drops from 15mm to 10mm, an effective 50 to 66% increase in stiffness requirement. Teams had months of data. FIA engineers even taped sensors in the Belgian GP last year to prepare. But designing a compliant front wing still takes about 3 months. The upshot: every car rolls into Barcelona with a new, reinforced nose assembly. Unlike past clampdowns which targeted the rear wing or plug loopholes, this is a mid-season gadget overhaul, and it's massive. Ferrari's chief aerodynamicist told the media the new tests increase rigidity by up to 66%, forcing complete redesigns. In other words, teams can't just tweak a flap. They must reinvent their fronts. This isn't a minor tweak. Pundits say every team will be bringing in new front wings for Barcelona. Such sweeping change begs the question: who will win and who will crash? Every team will bring a new front wing to Barcelona, Vasseur confirmed. Teams are under scrutiny more than ever. For example, after seeing Mercedes and McLaren's front wings flex spectacularly on TV in 2024, rivals pressed the FIA to act. Now that action has come. Ferraris, McLarens, Red Bulls, everyone must adapt on the fly. Right now, Ferrari trails McLaren by a whopping 152 points. It's been a rough first half for Maranello. Only one podium so far and not a single win. So why the bravado? Team principal Fred Vasseur has been openly saluting this change. In interviews, he's practically radiating confidence, saying Ferrari has been working on it for ages, and that exploiting the new wing could be a reset on the immediate picture. He walked a tightrope. On one hand, he insisted the championship leader won't magically vanish after Spain, but on the other hand, he flatly called the front wing overhaul a game changer for raw performance. Charles Leclerc has been more cryptic, alluding to Paddock Rumours that some people will be more affected than others by the change. In other words, Ferrari may hope their conservative 2025 wing designs actually gain more compliance than those of their rivals. Leclerc added, "I don't think on our side it's going to change a lot," hinting that Ferrari's solution might already meet the new specs. Back in Jeddah, Leclerc had already predicted Barcelona as a turning point for Ferrari. He's been vocal about the SF25 lagging behind McLaren and Red Bull in raw speed, so he's pinning his hopes on this front wing upgrade to close the gap. "We are extracting everything from this car, we just need a better one," Leclerc said, and he's betting the new wing will be that car. Behind the scenes, Ferrari's strategy is razor-focused. Vasseur confirmed that only the new front wing is on track for Spain. Other major upgrades are being shelved until June. Why? They want to isolate the effect. "Bring only the new wing to have a clearer picture of how it works," Vasseur explained. In plain terms, Ferrari is treating Barcelona as an experiment. They believe their engineers may have slipped in a hidden advantage. By playing it safe all year, they might have an easier path to compliance and can concentrate on performance rather than emergency fixes. Are you excited about Ferrari's bold gamble? Smash that like button if you think it could pay off. And drop a comment. Do you agree Leclerc is right to hope Barcelona is a turning point? Let's get this debate roaring already. The elephant in the garage, of course, is McLaren. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris have steamrolled the field with 5 wins in 7 races, a glorious 1-2 in the standings. McLaren has insisted this change won't ruffle them. Both Norris and Piastri publicly said they've done their homework and don't expect the new rules to be an issue. But insiders aren't so sure. Red Bull's Christian Horner cautioned that the change is significant, and nobody really knows who it will help or hurt. Sauber's Jonathan Wheatley bluntly predicts the front-runners will suffer the most, which would open the door for midfield teams to pounce. Many in the paddock believe McLaren's unmatched pace partly came from exploiting front-wing flex. GP Fans reports rival F1 teams have suggested the current level of movement has awarded McLaren an advantage. In other words, McLaren might essentially be engineered for a looser flex limit, and now they must tighten up. Vasseur echoed this suspicion. The timing could be viewed as an attempt to peg back the pace of McLaren, whose MCL38 won the Constructors' Championship. And speaking of former rivals, Mercedes Wolf says Ferrari could benefit most. Ferrari was probably most conservative on flexi wings, he noted, implying Mercedes and Red Bull may have pushed the envelope harder and must now dial back. But if McLaren is hurt, just how much? Some project a loss of a few tenths per lap, enough to turn pole positions into lower grids. Horner has said he's expecting major inroads now that Red Bull's own front wing is upgraded for the tests. Others caution that teams have had half a year to prepare, so perhaps the impact won't be catastrophic. Still, the whisper around the paddock is clear. Barcelona could level the playing field. McLaren's lead is enormous, but if they suddenly lose performance, imagine the shuffle. Could Hamilton or Verstappen slip in? Could Ferrari claw back points at last? McLaren lead the standings by over 130 points with no wins for Ferrari. If Ferrari suddenly start beating McLaren in Spain, the championship headlines would rewrite overnight. Who do you think will wake up on top after Barcelona? Leave a comment below and let the speculations fly. Paddock pundits are having a field day. Crash.net reports that Vasseur, Horner, and others are all calling this a potential game changer for the championship. Even Red Bull's boss admitted, "We don't know how it'll affect, but it's a significant change." Among the whispers, if the front wing governs airflow over the entire car, changing its rigidity could force teams to retune floors, diffusers, even suspension settings. Ferrari's technical director reckons that when airflow changes, the entire aero balance has to be re-optimized. It's like pulling a thread in a sweater. You don't know what will unravel. Some analysts point out, make-up water ballasts, brake ducts, even your qualifying engine modes. Anything at all that depends on aero balance might need adjusting. One engineer told Motorsport magazine it's a reset where every top team will be bending metal. The big question is where the advantage will land. Will Ferrari's fresh wing give them extra downforce? Could Red Bull find hidden speed by realigning their front-end aerodynamics? Or will someone like Alpine or Aston Martin, normally behind, suddenly creep into podium contention if the pecking order shifts? On a lighter note, the trade press is already spinning tales. One outlet claims Mercedes expects Ferrari to gain the most. Another suggests Red Bull has a top-secret upgrade stash timed for Spain. Our advice? Take that with salt. But buckle up, the Spanish GP paddock will be electric. And don't forget, if you relish this kind of high-stakes drama, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our race.